This video is titled My Tesla Stock Master Plan. But we're going to go much deeper than just Tesla in this video. I really want you guys to try to understand everything that is said in this video, the opportunity that is ahead of us in markets and on a more personal level. I'm going to, just talk with you guys from a point of view perspective in some of this video. This video is titled My Tesla Stock Master Plan, and we're going to talk extensively Tesla, my expectations, and all of that good stuff. But I need all of you guys to understand what I'm about to say. There is going to be opportunities ahead in Tesla, in other areas of the markets for the next couple of years at least, that if you seize them, will change your legacy potentially. Like from a family perspective, like you could change your entire life based on just the next couple of years. Now, there's obviously some sacrifices that some people will have to make. And the unfortunate truth is, and fortunate truth, you can do and achieve whatever you want to do. But 95+% of the time, people do not decide to do something. I was actually talking to somebody last night about like the definition of being a loser. Okay? The definition of being a loser to me has nothing to do with your bank account or nothing to do with how you spend your time. Okay? The guy going to the bar every other day is not a loser to me if that's what he wants to do. Okay? If that's how he envisions his life, dude is a winner. Okay? A loser is somebody that doesn't have any idea what they want to do with their life. Doesn't have a motivation or a drive that literally drives them every day. Doesn't have a destination to which they're striving for. I'm going to share my mission, okay? And the purpose is of trying to gain wealth and share a little bit of my background and upbringing as well here in this video. So this one is a real treat, but let me just tell you from the start, do not be a loser. Decide where you want to go, what you want to do, and what you want to achieve. If you want to have an average life and, be there present every day with your family, you are a winner, my friend, no matter what the financial incentive is. But if you're gonna be 85 years old and have all these regrets, it's not a winner's way of going about life. So I need each and every one of you guys to look internally at your life as I have done recently. Like this all comes from my recent inflections, and decide, what do you want out of life? I know I might be speaking to you. You might be 43 years old. You might be 60 years old and say, well, it's too late for me. Bullshit. Okay. If you think like that, you should probably unsubscribe right now. And I encourage you to unsubscribe right now. This is not the channel for you. I'm way too optimistic. I believe in you. I believe people can do what they want no matter what age they are at. Okay. It starts with a conscious decision to say, I want $1 billion. Not me personally. I mean, that's great. But some people might want that. Some people might not want that. Some people might want different things. If you're watching this video, odds are you want to make a lot of money. Okay? If that is your goal, you cannot have the expectation that you are going to be freaking James Bond at the same time. Okay? It's also about being realistic with yourself. And if you are, striving to make a lot of money, why? Why are you striving to make a lot of money? Let me let me give you a little bit of my backstory. So, I mean, grew up Flint, Michigan. Didn't have any money. Water, everyone thinks water crisis when they think of like Flint, Michigan. Okay. Yes, that's true. But chronic crime, that's the real story. Dude, you don't even know how bad, like, Flint is until you like move away. You're like, wow, yeah, that was pretty fucked up. Okay. That basically sums up my upbringing. Okay. Not a lot of money, not a lot of opportunities. Moved away from that. Some tragic stuff happened. Brother was actually shot and killed, and moved away when I was 17. Like a couple weeks after that happened. And that really set inside of me a drive to, one, never be in that situation ever again. Never be subject to live in conditions like that ever again. And to create opportunities for myself, my now children, that they wouldn't have had otherwise. And honestly, if we want to be totally open and honest here, you're looking at a 2-time high school dropout, never graduated. Now, back in 9th grade, didn't take school seriously. Okay, dropped out. Other things were going on at that time. And, well, tried to go back, 10th grade. Went back, was actually trying, but was so far behind, we had to move, okay? And the new school districts wouldn't even accept me because I was supposed to be like halfway through 11th grade and didn't have one single high school credit. Maybe like 1 or 2 credits, like nothing. Okay. I tell you this because, again, no matter your background, no matter your quote unquote qualifications, doesn't matter. Okay. You can become whatever you want to become. Okay. 26 years old right now, currently. And I know more than 99% of folks that went and got a 4-year college degree. Okay. Hopefully that's a testament to what you guys can do as well. If you make a conscious decision to want something, no matter what it is, you will achieve it. Now, the good news is you need 0 qualifications to own a business, to run a business, to buy properties, to buy stocks. 0 qualifications on paper. Okay. That's the good news for any of you guys. Don't overcomplicate things. If you want to start that business, start it. Don't have a regret that you did not do something you wanted to do. Now, odds are, if you're watching this video, you want to excel in markets. And you are at the right place to do so. Okay? Because while I may not be qualified on paper, as some people would say, again, I know more than 99% of Wall Street because I've chosen to go this route. Okay? And maybe I'm a little bit too much of a visionary when it comes to the markets. I seem to have a knack in being able to look into the future and see what's coming before Wall Street does. I'm very stoic as kind of a personality, okay? Nothing really phases me, okay? Like in markets, outside of markets. I'm not going to be the guy that panics when everyone else is panicking. I'll tell you, like when things are bad, like when Trump put the trade embargo on China, I said, guys, like if this lasts a while, it could seriously cause a deep recession or depression. But did I panic? No. Okay. And ultimately, I said, like, look, Trump's not going to turn this into a depression. I was pretty confident in that. Okay. What happened? We had a pause on China tariffs while Wall Street was still super skeptical and could not see things getting better. We profited on that. Now, recently, I have started the trading community. If you guys would like to come join it, check it out. Link down below in the description of this video. That portfolio is up over 80% year to date. We're going out finding small cap AI stocks and investing in those before Wall Street does. Again, it's a bit of a knack of mine that I'm able to spot these opportunities before Wall Street does. And we have many stocks that we've done this on in the past, okay? I don't need to qualify that group at this point. Like, it speaks for itself. If you would like to come join it, and it's very new, and be a part of a group of like-minded individuals, check it out, link down below in the description of this video. Partially, the reason I started even making YouTube videos was twofold. Number one, nobody else I knew was an investor, so I could share my thoughts, get it out, if you will, kind of like a therapy session almost. Like, I wanted to talk about markets and stocks and opportunities and, you know, where things were going. And this was an outlet to do so. And also, if anything ever happened to me, there would be like footage for my kids to watch and family to watch, like later down the line. Those were my two motivations for starting to make YouTube videos. And again, if nobody watched the videos, I would still make them because I love to make them. Okay. I hope, again, circling back to what we were just talking about, you have something like that you can make money from. Even a little bit, right? That you love to do every day. I think it is much more important that you love what you are doing every day than you make a ton of money doing what you love or doing what you hate to do, right? You couldn't pay me $1 billion a year to do something that I absolutely hated or dreaded to do every single day. Do not get caught in that kind of loophole, okay? So, hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. Now, we're going to kind of change the direction of this video. Now I want to discuss the master plan with Tesla. And I call it a master plan because there's clearly this direction that Tesla is going in that is a massive opportunity. In my view, there's other opportunities in markets as well, as we understand. Again, we're taking advantage of those in the trading community. One reason that I particularly love Tesla is I view it as the only stock on the market at this point I view that has a 10x opportunity ahead of it, okay, that has a very high degree of success, okay? Like long term, 20 years from now, I see there's a 95% plus chance that Tesla 10x's from here. Like for most people, a 10x would change their life. Okay. That is what really draws me to Tesla at this point. But again, there's other opportunities as well in markets that we are exploiting with the trading community, linked down below in the description of today's video. But I need you guys to really understand this. Right now, there's a lot of bears. Crazy. Like it's crazy how many bears there are. People that are influenced by politics and this and that. You need to be stoic in markets. You need to, what that really means is you need to set aside your emotional bias. Humans, to their evolutionary benefit, have a bias, right? Like you have a bias towards, not wanting to do something that could cause you harm. That's a great thing, evolutionarily speaking, right? You stay alive. In markets, when you have this emotional bias towards politics or towards this and that, it clouds judgment and really takes away from the ability to see into the future. If you can predict the future, not like a fortune teller, crystal ball kind of thing, but if you can predict the future on a short to medium term or longer term time horizon, you can make incredible amounts of money in the markets. And the next point that I'm going to make is right now is actually one of the easiest moments I've ever seen in markets to be able to predict, quote unquote, the future. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner. Like, none of this is financial advice. But right now, it is very easy to see what is coming. Like, literally, your time is now. I've talked about this before on the channel, but you will never have another opportunity like this ever again, whether it's Tesla or broadly with AI. This is as big or bigger than the internet long term, AI that is, and people are acting like it's gonna fall apart next year or 6 months from now. This is the holy grail. You'll never have another opportunity like Tesla. Now, beyond just specifically AI, which I think triumphs everything else, we're in kind of an interesting situation. Trump, polarizing individual, very political. People either love him or hate him. And, a lot of Wall Street is Democrat, okay? They do not like Trump. They have an emotional bias towards Trump is bad. Trump is going to crash things, right? We've heard this for a long time. That is good for you. That emotional negative bias is a good thing because it sets up opportunities like we have today with Tesla, because everyone has this, or a lot of Wall Street has an emotional negative bias towards Tesla that sets up the opportunity. If everyone loved Tesla, the opportunity would have been gone a long time ago, because Tesla stock would be pricing in what I view as almost certainly success long term. Okay. Now, as I've talked about before, as rates come down, as things stabilize, uncertainty goes away from a trade even perspective, like, we will start to price in more and more good news for Tesla. Hence, I think the end of this year, you're going to have a very aggressive rally, October, November, December, and in 2026 and likely 2027, although it's a little bit too far out to predict that. One thing that we need to understand is we've been going through, you could call it a rolling recession for a long time, or simply you could just put it in simpler terms and look at average everyday families. Like, you probably know people that are not doing well, okay, that have been eaten alive from inflation. I'm optimistic that we're going to start coming out of this over the next 4 years. And Trump, whether you like him or not, is a very pro-growth, cut red tape kind of president. There is zero chance, literally a zero chance, that does not translate into stronger growth. There's a 0% chance of that, okay? So growth is going to be stronger than expected over the next 4 years. Obviously, to Tesla's benefit, to the market's benefit. The consumer can start to recover, and we've talked extensively about this, whether it's provisions in the Big Beautiful Bill, changes in tax, the way that taxes are. Generally, the time frame wise from COVID and inflation, 2021, 2022, you're now heading into 2026. 2027, 2028, you should really see the consumer start to get back on a solid footing. Then you have AI, the most underappreciated opportunity out there. Literally. I mean, we're going to look back 5-10 years from now and say, why were we not more bullish on AI? I don't want you guys to look back and say that, okay? If you view this channel, if you consistently watch this channel, you're going to know the opportunity that is with AI. It's going to be bigger than the internet. And there's going to be different waves and different things that are hot at different times. At one point, it's going to be software. I think that could be the next wave, like AI software, okay? That could be the next hottest thing, in my view. At one point, it's going to be medical, okay? Another point, like we've seen, it's going to be energy. And I think the energy play is going to come back around at some point. Another point is going to be robotics. Another point, it's going to be, different things. Robotaxi is going to have its day, okay? And positioning for that, to me at this point, seems like a home run. And Tesla really dominates the main themes here, okay? Applicable AI is going to become more important and more important. NVIDIA is ground zero, okay, for AI. They are the ones that made AI even possible with their products. But as time goes on, NVIDIA is going to become a lot less important and more of a stable kind of company. The AI appliers are going to be the ones that you actually see massive growth in, right? And future, pricing in of better, okay? Tesla's robotaxi is unmatched in terms of applicable real-world AI, okay? Unmatched. And then you have Optimus that you're going to attach to that. So as interest rates come down, and as robotaxi scales, the odds of success are naturally going to rise, and you are going to see better and better and better expectations priced into Tesla. As Wall Street comes around to the idea that Trump is actually a positive for markets, that cutting red tape is a positive for markets, that giving tax, breaks and no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, all of the things that we've talked about here on this channel are a positive for growth, you're going to very soon, once we get out of the seasonal weakness period in September, start to realize the end of this year most likely should be very strong, but 2026 is going to be an exceptional year for markets and for Tesla. I know it sounds crazy to some people. Tesla could be a $500 stock to end this year. Like, you could see a very aggressive rally into the end of this year. And next year, Tesla could be a $1,000 stock or higher, as long as nothing tragic happens with robotaxi and they continue to expand. Okay? The hype is going to come back. And while a lot of retail investors are like bearish on Tesla and bearish on this market, we have to understand, if you look at things without emotions, the setup looks really good, almost foolproof. And that's why I said earlier in this video, it's one of the easiest setups to look out into the future and see where things are going to be. As long as nothing goes completely wrong, and I'll keep you guys obviously updated if something does go completely wrong, it's very obvious to see, and we should have more bulls. Now, that's not exactly what you want. You need bearish investors to continue to keep the bull market alive. But at this stage, we are setting up for a massive run. Even individuals like Tom Lee think that this bull market could extend into 2035. And that is very well possible. Between now and 2035, the next 10 years, is when you're going to change your life. And I think sowing the seeds of that future prosperity over the next 1 to 3 years is critical. Like, you are in the very early stages of this. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy the hype stocks today. I'm saying to embrace this opportunity. Embrace this fully. Try to take the emotions out of things. And try to look at things objectively to what is the opportunity? What are these companies going to grow into? And that's why I love the small cap AI arena right now, because nobody's paying attention to them. And I love Tesla right now because nobody's paying attention to Tesla. And that is where you are going to change your life. Yes, is Palantir a great company? Of course. But the odds that Palantir 10x's from here versus, a different stock, just a different ballpark. When everyone is bullish on something, it's like Warren Buffett says, when be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. Okay, right? Same goes on a single stock basis. Okay, and Tesla specifically, nobody's bullish on Tesla, and I think it's one of those things as well where Wall Street views Tesla as a car company still, whereas like the AI revenue is going to be so profitable for Tesla, a couple years down the line. Once we even start to price that in towards the end of this year and in 2026 as Robotaxi expands, that's where and why I think you're going to see Tesla stock potentially triple in the next 12 months. And again, I like Tesla so much because I view the downside risk as minimal and the upside as highly likely. There's not a lot of stocks where a 70-year-old, can 10x their money with confidence. Again, just in my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. Contact a financial advisor. Do not listen to anyone on the internet. But also a 20-year-old can, reap the benefits of that as well. It's one of those weird things where like it looks so obvious to me and probably to you, but it's not. Even the AI trade in its entirety, like there is a lot of doubters out there. And that's one reason I think we could enter a quite euphoric market in the next 12 months, 18, 24 months, as more and more people buy into, okay, AI is going to be around. Okay, AI is not a bubble. Like it's not going anywhere. We're far from that right now. So I don't know what you're going to take out of this video. But hopefully you got a lot out of it. In terms of Tesla, like we are literally just getting started. We can get into single catalyst like November 6th shareholder meeting and Elon's compensation package and XYZ else. But it's clear to me. Like I would regret not owning Tesla because of the slam dunk success that I think it's going to be. But there's other opportunities as well. Come check it out. Link down below in the description of this video if you would like to. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the rant is going to come to an end for at least today's video. Let me know if you like videos like this one. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's free 99. Link down below in the description of this video for the trading community. Have a great Labor Day weekend, and I will see you in the next one.